Hello, everybody, and welcome to Elite Weather. I'm your student meteorologist. My name is Mr. G. How you guys doing today? Hope you guys are having a great Tuesday as we are closer to Thanksgiving. Just a couple more days to go. Most of you have a shortened work week. Hopefully you do. And hopefully you get both Thursday and Friday off, so I'm gonna pray that you do. But we're gonna talk about your weather forecast right now, as we are dealing with a pretty massive storm that is moving across the country right now, or at least affecting mostly the eastern half of the United States. The west is actually pretty clear for now, but some of you in the west will be dealing with some snow through the Rockies and through parts of the plains later this week, and some wet weather in the Pacific Northwest as well. We're going to also contend with as we get closer to the holiday, but we will see things steadily improve over the eastern half of the United States as that high pressure over the center of the nation spreads to the east and helps to push our frontal boundary and our area of low pressure in the northeast off into the Atlantic. So let's talk about our city of the day right now, which is Cleveland, Ohio. We see the sun shining, but on the radar, that rain is very close to your area or just to the east of you, pushing off to the east, but you are basking in some sunshine under those mostly cloudy skies right now. So there is some breaks in those clouds, so that's some good news. Perhaps as you go through the day, you can see a little bit more and more sunshine out there on Lake Erie in Cleveland, Ohio. So let's move on with the rest of the forecast and talk about what we're going to be seeing across the rest of the lower 48. All right, everybody, so here we are with the rest of the weather forecast. Let's jump right into it right now with our first map. It's going to be the current radar situation. As you can see, this is that big storm that's moving across the eastern half of the United States, and we have an extensive cold front that's extending all the way down to the Gulf Coast and into the Gulf of Mexico. We have an area of low pressure up here over the Great Lakes, and then there's a secondary area of low pressure right about here that's going to be responsible for some severe weather down across the southeastern United States today. So we're going to be dealing with some severe thunderstorms over in that region, across the Mid-South and the lower Appalachian mountain areas there, and into the Gulf Coast. So parts of Alabama and Georgia and the Florida Panhandle will be dealing with some severe weather this afternoon and evening, as this is actually a fairly fast-moving storm system, and we're going to see it zipping on across out here. It eventually is going to make its way into northeast and New England as we head through Wednesday. So here we are as we take a look at our second map. Again, here's that big storm. We're seeing all of that rain along the Gulf Coast, through parts of the Deep South and the Mid-South, the Appalachian Mountain Range, the Mid-Atlantic states. We're seeing that rain all the way into the Great Lakes, so Michigan, down through parts of Illinois. We're seeing a little bit of snow in Wisconsin, so if you're in Milwaukee or Green Bay, a little bit of snow is in your forecast today, and we're going to be seeing that snow over here through Ontario, Canada. So Montreal and in Toronto is going to be seeing that snow, and we're also going to be seeing some snow through parts of the Adirondack Mountains in upstate New York and through Vermont and New Hampshire as well. We're going to also be seeing that snow into Maine as we head into your Wednesday. So as we take a look at what we're going to be seeing as far as Wednesday is concerned with this big storm, there's having high impacts over the eastern half of the United States. Again, those showers and thunderstorms down across the southeast. We're not expecting any tornadic activity from this like we saw over Louisiana yesterday and last night. We saw some tornado warning storms down across parts of Louisiana and Mississippi. But today, tomorrow, we won't be seeing that, but we will see some thunderstorms right here over the Mid-Atlantic and to parts of the Carolinas and the Florida Peninsula and in the Panhandle as well. We can see some of that severe weather. It's a bit cooler in the north, so you won't be dealing with too much severe weather in that area, but maybe some rain showers, and we're going to see wintry precipitation up there through Maine and into Nova Scotia, and then in eastern Canada as well. Some wintry precipitation, some snow, rain and snow mix. Maybe some areas, so we might see some sleet or even some freezing rain in that area. And then over in the Pacific Northwest, we don't want to forget our folks in the northwestern United States over there, where we're going to be seeing some snow over here across the northern Rockies and into parts of the Cascade Mountain Range. We'll also see some light rain showers there near there in the lower valleys there near Portland and Seattle. We're going to be seeing some rain on your Wednesday as well as that next storm comes into the Pacific Northwest. And that storm is going to be responsible for some snow over the Rockies as well as we get closer to the Thanksgiving holiday. Again, here is our weather maker across the southeastern U.S. We have this area of low pressure with a trailing cold front right there. We do also have a warm front, and there's a little bit of occlusion going on with this center here where our triple point meets up here with our center of circulation. On an area of low pressure, we have this strong storm system, and that storm has a wide cone of influence that's spreading a lot of rain across the northeast and through parts of the Great Lakes as well. So we have a pretty wide effects of this area of low pressure there over the eastern U.S. So those thunderstorms to the south and west, southeast of our cold front, we're going to see a lot of persistent rain. There's a lot of rain associated, a lot of moisture with this storm system, and just enough cold air for a bit of snow and wintry precipitation on the northwestern fringes of this storm system. So as we take a look at our next map, this is our severe weather expectations today. Severe thunderstorm forecast for your Tuesday. We have a better risk of some severe weather along the Gulf Coast, and we're going to expect some damaging winds and large hail with some of those stronger thunderstorms down here along the Florida Panhandle through Miss Alabama and through parts of Georgia. But we do have a marginal risk for the remainder of the southeastern U.S. where we can see an isolated shot of some severe weather that can pertain primarily damaging winds, and some small hail is going to be possible. But the tornadoes are not going to be a big factor today, as we have a less than 2% chance of a tornado over all areas in our severe weather watch box here. So again, some active weather for you out there across parts of the U.S. So here is again a look at what we could see at 5 o'clock today over the eastern U.S. and through much of the mid-Atlantic primarily and the eastern Great Lakes. So we're going to see that heavy rain, lots of heavy rain here across the mid-Atlantic states. So from New York State down through Pennsylvania, Virginia, West Virginia, Maryland, New Jersey, Delaware, all of you folks here along the eastern seaboard are going to be dealing with those heavy rain. Thunderstorms further down through the south here, through the Appalachian Mountain Range here, we're going to be seeing those thunderstorms south of Charlotte in those regions. So again, a very active weather day across the eastern United States. So as far as, let's get our clicker to run here. Let's get to it tomorrow morning. So Wednesday morning, we're going to start to see things start to wrap up with our storm system that's been moving fairly quickly across the U.S. and now it's going to affect us in the northeast on Wednesday. So New York City, north of New York into Boston, into Maine up there, and Vermont, New Hampshire, eastern Canada, we're going to see that colder air where we could see some snow and some mixed precipitation as well. But right along the 95 corridor and just offshore, we're going to see that warmer air off the Gulf Stream that we're going to make those rain showers, maybe some thunderstorms as well. But no severe weather is expected. But along I-95, right along the eastern seaboard here, we're going to see showers and thunderstorms extending from New England, all the way down through the mid-Atlantic, so down past Washington, D.C. and Charlotte, on down the southeastern coast, and that is going to extend all the way down to Jacksonville, Florida, where we can see those showers and thunderstorms right off of the East Coast. But again, primarily going to be in the morning as this storm is quickly moving offshore. I like that we have a fairly progressive pattern. Again, there's that wintry precipitation here over eastern Canada. This is going to be parts of New Brunswick as well as Ontario, and we're going to see that rain further south over the U.S. territory, Maine, Vermont, New Hampshire, upstate New York down through Pennsylvania, and this is going to include Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Connecticut, New Jersey as well, Delaware, Maryland. We're going to see those rain showers here through New York City, just to the north of the city there, as our front starts to, and our low pressure center begins to pull off to the north and east and head into the North Atlantic. So by the time we get to the holiday on your Thursday, on Thanksgiving, bye-bye to this impactful storm that's going to create quite the mess with traffic as far as the roadways are concerned across the eastern half of the United States. That could cause some airport delays as well, as some areas might pick up some wintry precipitation. But all in all, I don't think it would be too bad as far as flying is concerned, but it will make an issue for ground transportation with that heavy rainfall that we're going to be seeing over much of the eastern United States. So now we're going to turn our attention to some wintry precipitation that's going to be impactful with that Pacific Northwestern storm that's going to be affecting the Rockies. So that's going to be coming onshore in British Columbia, and then going over the top of a ridge of high pressure that's on the west coast and a bit out over the Pacific. And that storm system has come over the top of the ridge, it's halfway out over into the Pacific, and it's going to drop down into the U.S. from Canada, and that's going to spread southeastward through the Rockies and over toward the high plains, kind of sort of like an Alberta Clipper type system. And we're going to see some snow across parts of the high plains through the eastern Dakota, western Dakotas, through parts of Montana, Wyoming, down through Utah and Nevada, where we're going to see some high altitude and some high mountain snow, and also into Idaho as well. As we move into Friday, our system is going to expand. That snow coverage is going to expand as well. A bit more snow out into the plains, the plains of eastern Colorado, Wyoming, Colorado, down even to parts of New Mexico as well, down there at the bottom. We're going to see some snow through parts of eastern Idaho, southern Montana, and down through Utah as well. We're going to be seeing some snow in the mountains and rain down in the lower valley. So some wintry precipitation for your Thanksgiving weekend out there across the Rockies. And again, on Saturday, we're going to see more of that wintry precipitation moving through the eastern Rockies into the high plains. So we're going to see snow across Texas, snow in parts of Texas, North Texas, near Amarillo. It's going to be cold enough for snow. New Mexico as well, we're going to see some snow. And there's also going to be a swath here of freezing rain, which is the worst news, is freezing rain for your Saturday. So if you have any activities out in this area, we're going to be watching out for that freezing rain. But we're going to see snow through parts of Oklahoma, as well as freezing rain, snow through Kansas, snow through Colorado. So Denver, we're going to see some snow into your Saturday as well. So that is a look at your holiday weather forecast. My name is Mr. G. We're going to have one more video for tomorrow with the weather update for the holiday. And then no video on Thursday and Friday. So I'm going to take the day off, and we'll have the video for you guys on Saturday to get you ready for the week as you go back to work next week and back to school. So in the meantime, have a great day. Have a good time, and I will talk to y'all tomorrow. And you have a good holiday, and you can be weather aware. Thank you for watching. Leave your likes, comments, and subscribe to the YouTube channel, and follow me on TikTok. Bye-bye.